I evacuated all my staff to London, and I thought that was the end of my experience in Russia. Unfortunately, it turned out to be the beginning of a terrible nightmare. A man was dead because he worked for me. When Putin was challenged, he went out and said that Sergei Magnitsky died of natural causes and involved himself in the cover-up of a murder.
Not one person has ever been held responsible for Sergei's death.
And so we launched a campaign to take away their ability to travel and spend their money in the West. Putin was absolutely furious, and he asked his people to come up with every possible way to retaliate.
We tried to have a biological child for 5 years maybe, or something like that.
I was not able to have children.
The international adoption process is pretty long, and of course when you adopt you have to decide what country, and I just decided on Russia. I was on the bus on the way home from work and I got the call, and she said, "We have a little boy." We started screaming and I raced in the car and drove back to the house.
I actually loved him from Atlanta where I was. I loved him then.
We flew to Moscow and
We had to put $10,000 in cash in an envelope and staple it. Don't ask any questions. The door opens up and this woman is holding our son.
here he is.
We're your parents. We love you, and you're ours, and we're going to protect you for the rest of your life.
Today, Russian President Vladimir Putin signed a law banning Americans from adopting Russian children. 740,000 orphans in Russia. The U.S. is the biggest destination for adopted Russian children.
Maxime wrote onto his Facebook wall that basically his world had ended.
I kind of sat in shock and denial.
We didn't expect that it would impact adoptions as far along as ours was.
We felt the prognosis for him in Russia was so bleak that surely there would be an exception made for special needs children.
And just the grief of knowing that the kids had no idea why we weren't coming back from them.
Mama!
What's he trying to tell me?
He wants to know when you will come to see him. Mama!
That they'd already suffered the abandonment of their biological parents, and that our final words to them would be, "We'll be back soon."
This is barbaric. This is cannibalistic. This is killing of children.
My husband and I decided because we had met Natasha, we were going to fight.
We're up to 67,000 signatures. We're basically suing the Russian government over this adoption.
Because every child deserves a right, a life, a try. Please don't hurt these people for my mistake.